Hello off-grid enthusiasts, welcome back to the channel. I'm super pumped today. I got my battery hooked up, it's charging, everything's top balanced, it's good to go. I want to do a capacity test on this battery. So we're coming up here 27.2 volts. I got 35 amps going into the battery. Once it gets up to 100% state of charge, I'm going to start the test. Stay tuned. Okay, so I think we're ready for the test. I got all the settings input in here, but I've got to reset all of the information. So we'll clear the kilowatt ampere hours. Oh, turned it off. We'll clear the capacity, and we'll clear the timer. Okay, so we're all zeros across the board. Let's flip the inverter on. So current battery voltage 27.5, and on the BMS app, we've got 100% state of charge, 27.4. Both our charging and discharging MOSFETs are on, and now we've got a 1.81 amp draw. 27.5 volts total battery voltage there too. So I'm excited. We're ready to start the test. Let's crank the heater on. And this here, guys, is what I'm using for the capacity test on my battery. It's a 1500 watt ceramic. Actually, I don't even think it's ceramic. It looks just like aluminum. El Cheapo heater made by Intertech. So, it says ceramic heater with a thermostat. It's 1500 watts on 2, and it should be good. As you can see, it's got off, fan, level 1, level 2. So I'll be running it at level 2 all the way cranked up to max. Put it up to level 2, and let's check what we got now. We're drawing 74 amps from the battery. The app shows pretty much the same. And we got 61.8 amps being drawn, and the milliamp hours or capacity is going up. This test has started. That's awesome. I expect this is going to take probably like 4.5 hours. That's my guess anyway. So we'll let this do its thing and come back at you when it's over. And hopefully we get a full capacity on our DIY battery. Hey guys, I wanted to give you a little update on the process here. We're down to 48.4% state of charge. We're still pulling 1500 watts or so off of the inverter. Let's check that actually. Yeah, so 1500 kilovolt amps, and so far we've got 157 amp hours into the battery, out of the battery, and it took 2 hours and 29 minutes to get to the 48.2%. So things are coming along nicely, and I'm gonna let this process continue. I'll catch up to you when we get close to the end. I'm so excited. So 33.3% state of charge update, and things are still going really well, and we've got 203 amp hours so far out of the battery. So math would dictate I got roughly 2/3 of the battery drained, but I'm over two-thirds of the capacity already drawn. So I'm thinking we're gonna overshoot and this battery is gonna pass. I don't know. Do you think it's gonna pass? What's your guess? Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. But a lot can happen in this bottom end here. Voltages are gonna start dropping really fast once we get below 20%. So we're gonna let this carry on and I'll keep you updated. So I thought I'd give you guys another update. We're at 10.3% state of charge. And when we got to 20%, we went to a fault alarm for state of charge low level 1. I think after 10%, there's another level 2. Everything's going great. It's coming together. I'm looking at the amp hours. They're right there. I'm not going to tell you what they are though, because I want to leave that for a surprise for the end. And still drawing 1.5. Yeah, 1.49 kilovolt amps coming out of the battery. And we're now down to 10%. I'm pretty sure once it goes below 10%, that's when it hits fault alarm level 2. So there, we're 9.9 now. Let's see if it changes. Oh, it already is level 2. Oh, well, I guess I missed that. But you can see the sum voltage still 24.9 and average battery voltage 3.112. So that's like, we got to go down to, what is it, 2.0? 2.5. So still some Jimmy Jam left in this thing. I don't know, I think it's going to get to 0% and then keep on keeping on. So if it does that, that's great. I have a setting in the BMS app that it is 104 amp hour battery. So if it gets to 0 and it keeps on going, I'm thinking that that is all going to be below or above the QR codes recommended amp hour rate of the battery. But as I said in my other video, guys, these kind of cells all made differently, right? All different manufacturers, all different chemical makeups or different internal resistances made, because, you know, like, it's not a cloning machine. You're not making a battery and then copying it exactly. They're all different. So some of them could be higher, some of them could be lower, and then you have all the effects of time. These batteries are a year old, so they could have been sitting for in a cold environment, in a hot environment. They could have been sitting at a low state of charge or a high state of charge, which is not as good for a lithium battery. Lots of different variables. So anyway, I'm gonna keep this going here. And don't forget, leave a comment. Let me know, what do you think the total amp hour draw for the capacity of this battery is going to be? I'm not going to tell you what it is now. I told you at 20%. So let me know. This is exciting. We've been running the test now for 4 hours and 30 minutes. So we're going past the amount of time that I calculated with math. So it's good. I have high hopes that we're going to do well with this test. But it's yet to be seen. Stay tuned. So we're coming down 1% here, but look at that minimum voltage. 2.87162. Starts to come down really fast at the bottom end. And that's just the same as the voltage profile shows. You've got a big voltage difference between 3 and 2.5 in the last 10%. Boom, 0%. and still an average cell voltage of 2.775. So that puts us somewhere between 0 and 5%. So we're still gonna have a little bit more power that's gonna be able to come out of this battery. Oh, that's great. Let's see what she's gonna do. It's coming down to the end of the wire here. And I'm telling you, the suspense is killing me. I'm so excited to see whether or not this battery is gonna pass. What do you guys think? Let me know. Got a fault here on the inverter. It doesn't say what it is though. Maybe low voltage. The fan's still running though. The fan's still giving her over there. We're still drawing 78 amps out of the battery. 21.5 voltage on the battery, 21.0 volts on the grow wire. I have the voltage cut off at 20, which is zero capacity of a 24 volt lithium pack. So it should be coming down fast during this last bit. As soon as that inverter hits 20 volts, it's gonna go into alarm and turn off. Alarm 4, I'll have to look that up in the manual. Boom. We're done. We shut off. So that's it. Okay, it's turning back on. I'm going to turn the switch off on the inverter. The battery voltage recovered to 22.2. And I still have alarm 4 in the inverter. Let me pull up the inverter book. Let me see if I can silence this. So it's still an alarm. I just silenced it. I'm going to turn off the watt meter so that it doesn't continue to record. Okay guys, so I just looked it up, and alarm 4 is battery voltage too low. Let's see if I can get that on my phone. Is it gonna focus? Okay, so I'll put that up on the screen. Battery alarm voltage 4. And so the inverter's off now. I shut it off manually. And 0 state of charge. The battery, some voltage is starting to come back up a little bit now that there's no load being drawn on the cells. So we are at an average cell voltage of 2.962 and a sum voltage of 23.7. So that's normal. All that stuff is normal. And so, like I told you guys, I turned the watt meter off after the inverter went into low voltage alarm and turned itself off. So this battery was listed on AliExpress as a 320 amp hour battery. And I did the QR search as I showed you guys already, and it showed these cells as 304 amp hour CTAL cells. Now I'm going to turn the watt meter back on, and I'll show you guys what the total capacity that was measured during this test was on this battery, and we'll see who you were right and who you weren't. So here we go. There's the watt meter. As you can see, I turn the screen off, which stops it from recording any more value. And I'll turn it back on. Boom! We were successful. 307 amp hours. Oh, that's great. That's really awesome.
So we've got 3 more amp hours than what the battery actually was listed to be able to hold for a capacity from the manufacturer. And we drew a whopping 7.89 kilowatt hours out of the battery. Holy smokes, that's way more than I expected ever. I'm so happy. This is awesome. What a successful test. Well, guys, it was great having you. I appreciate you watching this video. And keep tuned. We got lots of good stuff coming up. Subscribe, like, and share. And we'll see you guys on the next video.